So the second episode of Designated Survivor just aired, and so I wanted to review the first couple of episodes. The first episode of the show really is kind of sets up what's going to go on, and the second episode gives you a vibe of what the show is going to be like moving forward, so I wanted to review them together. So in the show, if you're unfamiliar with it, basically the Capitol building gets blown away, the president is killed, Congress is wiped out, and so the guy that would normally be 11th in line to be the president becomes the president, and he's played by Kiefer Sutherland. So I'm a huge fan of the show 24, and so big fan of Kiefer Sutherland. So going into the show, I wasn't quite sure what to expect. I didn't know if this was going to be like Jack Bauer becomes president or something else. So if you were excited or scared that this was going to be Jack Bauer's president, it's not that at all. It's a guy that very much acts like he's 11th in line to be president. He's like over housing, the cabinet member over housing. And so he doesn't have governing experience. Nobody thinks he's up for the task. He doesn't think that he's up for the task. He just has to do the job because someone has to step up and bring the country together. While clearly things have been blown to pieces, literally and figuratively, they need to rebuild after this horrible tragedy. So as for the good for the show, I'm very intrigued by the premise, very interested to see Kiefer Sutherland as a president and playing a character that's much more human than Jack Bauer was. So both because of the character of Jack Bauer and because of the nature of the show where he was always in action, you didn't get to see the human side of Jack Bauer because, everything was happening in the span of one day while crisis was happening. This show gives you opportunity to see this character with his family really struggling with doubt, and can he step up to the plate, and the consequences of having to behave in a manner that he normally wouldn't, have to be more confident and strong than he would otherwise. So throughout the show, one of the ongoing tensions in it is the very interesting stuff because everyone is doubting whether this guy should lead, and nobody has any idea who should lead, if not him. And everyone's kind of in panic mode, and it makes for a very interesting dynamic because you can't really trust anyone. He doesn't trust himself. Nobody trusts him, and they show him you show him one scene, he just does an awesome job of stepping up to the plate, and the very next scene, he tries to be himself, goes off script, and kind of total disaster unfolds. I don't want to give too much away about what kind of unfolds, the exact specific details of it, but just to say that everybody's kind of out to get him, while everyone's kind of trying to support him, while everyone doesn't know what to do, once again, including him. As for the bad, a few things play a little bit too obviously. If he goes to site, you think, oh, this is going to go bad, and then it goes bad. Just all the little things you expect that they're going to do. Oh, people are going to blame Muslims, and that's the wrong thing to do. And so that's, the first tension that happens in the second episode. That's the plot of it. Which is exactly kind of what you'd expect in a show like this. Another element I'm more afraid of, not surprising, the lead character in it is a Democrat, and they haven't done too much of actual political drama back and forth type stuff. They have just established the Republican designated survivor with the idea that, she's all of Congress now and he's the executive branch. And they've hinted that she's going to be kind of like try and undo him or manipulate him and work against him. She's researching him. Like, you get a little bit of that, but up to this point, she's only helped him. And I'm really afraid that they're going to play the political cards, and it's going to be, Democrats good, Republicans evil. And I just hate it when Hollywood just plays games like that as if they're playing fair. When they're not, they're making caricatures of people that they disagree with. And just because they have a bigger megaphone, they think that makes them right. And, I really hope they don't go in that direction. I hope the character's very nicely balanced, and it's someone that has a different ideology but the same goal, and does maybe is saying maybe I should be in charge because I'm more qualified. That's all perfectly fine if it's not Hollywood preaching their politics in areas that it just doesn't belong, which drives pretty much everyone crazy. I don't think anyone actually likes the way that Hollywood acts like they know what they're talking about daily, regular life, when they have no clue what they're talking about. So that's my quick review of it. I would recommend you check it out if you like political shows, if you like, terrorism type shows where they're trying to catch the bad guys working with the FBI. I'd recommend it. And if you like Kiefer Sutherland, this is a very interesting, different performance from him. You've got kind of the confident, angry Jack Bauer, I'm going to get it done, except it's not all the time. That's just like a piece of what he does when he gets angry. But most of the time, the guy's very insecure about the role that he's in. But other times you get to see a charming, fun side to him that you never really got to see with Jack Bauer. So very interested in the show to see where it's going to go. I hope you check it out. I certainly hope it makes it for a full season so we can see how this plays out and where they're going with it and how much it's going to be an ongoing, there's a new terrorist attack every month. I don't know if it's going to be that or if it's going to be legitimately what does the country look like rebuilding after something of this massive scale. I just don't know, but I'm very interested to find out where it goes. Thank you guys for watching this video. I've done a couple other reviews of some other TV shows. So I have done a couple reviews of the first couple episodes of the show Lethal Weapon. I also did a review of the first episode of the show, or not first episode of the show, but the first episode of season 3 of the show Gotham. If you want to check that out, I'd greatly appreciate it if you did. If you like this video, please consider clicking that subscribe button. As always, I don't want to just talk about TV and movies. I want to talk about TV and movies with you. Please comment in the comment section. What did you think about the show Designated Survivor? Did you watch it? Are you interested in watching it? Tell me what you think. I'd love to talk with you. Thank you for watching.